You know, that vision of unlimited, cost-free energy? It's something else. It promises so much, right? Solving global crises just like that.
It's a powerful dream, absolutely. The idea that you could just power everything with, say, magnets and copper.
Yeah, pulling energy right out of the air. It's incredibly compelling.
Yeah.
So today on the deep dive, we're really going to get into that. Humanity's long-held, kind of persistent dream of free energy. We'll focus specifically on those claims you hear about magnets and copper devices.
Sound good.
Our mission, like always, is to dig into the sources you sent over, pull out the key stuff, try to understand this amazing vision versus the hard reality of physics.
And why it keeps grabbing people's imagination. That's key, too.
Exactly. And speaking of digging into great info, if you like these deep dives, you really should check out Mind Expansion Daily. Honestly, it's where we find so much fantastic material to unpack for shows like this.
It's a great resource, definitely.
For anyone who just loves learning, yeah, give it a look. Oh, and while you're thinking about it, please do hit that like button and subscribe to Mind Expansion Daily wherever you get your podcasts or audio. That way you won't miss any of our future deep dives.
Good call.
Okay, so let's unpack this core idea. It sounds almost simple at first, doesn't it? Magnets make magnetic fields, like all the time. Copper conducts electricity.
Right. The theory usually goes, use the magnet to make a current in the copper.
And this is the magic part, I guess, that current somehow keeps the whole thing going, like a self-powering loop.
That's the claim, a perpetual motion machine, essentially.
And the promise is huge. Liberation from fossil fuels, nuclear worries, even the fact that solar and wind aren't always on, it seems perfect.
It seems perfect. But the thing is, that dream runs smack into the fundamental rules of the universe, like head on.
You mean physics just says no?
Pretty much. Specifically, it clashes directly with the law of conservation of energy. And this isn't just, a theory somebody cooked up. It's one of the most solid, well-tested principles we have.
Okay, so these free energy ideas or perpetual motion, they'd have to break that core rule. How does that law actually work? Lay it out for us.
Sure. It's actually quite straightforward. The law says energy cannot be created or destroyed, period. It can only change form.
Change form? Like how?
Well, think about a hydroelectric dam. You have the potential energy of the water stored up high.
Right.
It flows down, that's kinetic energy. It's a turbine, more kinetic energy. The turbine drives a generator, and boom, electrical energy.
Okay.
Or a battery. It stores chemical energy. You use it, it converts that into electrical energy.
Yeah.
In every single case, energy is just changing clothes, basically. It's not appearing out of nowhere.
And you mentioned something earlier that you always get less usable energy out than you put in.
Exactly. That is absolutely critical. No real-world system is 100% efficient. Never. Because things like friction, electrical resistance in wires, heat loss, they're unavoidable. Some energy always gets converted into forms we can't easily use, usually waste heat. So the useful energy you get out is always less than the total energy you started with. This ties into another big one. The second law of thermodynamics.
Oh, yeah. Entropy, right. Disorder.
That's the one. Basically, it says that in any closed system, things tend to get more disordered over time. Energy tends to spread out, usually as heat, becoming less useful. You can't avoid it.
So these over-unity machines, the ones claiming more energy out than in.
They'd have to violate both of these fundamental laws.
Yeah.
Conservation of energy and the second law of thermodynamics.
Which is like trying to make water flow uphill by itself. Or a car run forever with no gas.
Precisely. It's just not how the universe seems to work, based on everything we know and have tested. So that magnet and copper device, it would lose energy, friction in any moving parts, resistance in the copper generating heat. It would slow down and stop. It wouldn't create energy. It would just dissipate the energy it started with. Physics demands an energy cost, always.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty solid wall of physics right there. Makes you wonder, though. Why does the idea persist? Despite, the science being so clear, it's inspired some amazing people. Even if the free energy part didn't work out, sometimes their other work was brilliant.
That is a fascinating point. The pursuit itself, even if flawed, can spark innovation. Look at Nikola Tesla.
Right, Tesla. He comes up a lot in these discussions.
He does. His work on AC, electromagnetic induction, resonance, genuinely groundbreaking stuff. And he had this incredible vision for wireless power transmission. Way ahead of his time.
But did he claim free energy, like energy from nothing?
That's the key distinction. No, not really. He never claimed to break the conservation laws. His focus was more on tapping into ambient energy, energy already present in the environment, maybe from the Earth or atmosphere, and transmitting power efficiently wirelessly.
Okay, so harnessing existing energy, not creating it.
Exactly. But his visionary ideas, his challenges to the status quo, they really resonated. And later, proponents of free energy kind of adopted him as a symbol, maybe reading more into his work than was strictly there.
Interesting. So his legacy got a bit reinterpreted.
You could say that he became this icon for belief in suppressed technologies or unconventional science.
Gotcha. Are there other historical examples of people chasing this?
Oh, absolutely. Go back even further to Michael Faraday in 1831. He invented the homopolar generator.
Homopolar generator, what's that?
It's basically a copper disc spinning in a magnetic field. And it works. It generates a direct current. It was a huge step in understanding electromagnetism.
So did that create free energy?
Nope. Again, it's an energy converter. You have to put in mechanical energy to spin that disc constantly.
The input cost again.
Right. It converts that mechanical energy into electrical energy,
Okay.
but you lose some to heat and friction along the way. It perfectly obeys the laws of physics. It's often mentioned, but it's not an example of overunity.
Okay. So historical examples show invention, but not defiance of physics. What about more recent stuff? Are people still claiming this?
Oh, definitely. Claims continue to pop up, like the Searle effect generator, the SEG.
SEG, what's the claim there?
Well, proponents associated with John Searle claim it uses complex arrangements of magnets to generate electricity and even achieve anti-gravity or propulsion effects.
Whoa, okay. That's a big claim.
Huge. It directly challenges, well, pretty much everything we understand about energy and motion.
Hmm.
But here's the critical thing.
Let me guess. Lack of proof.
Exactly. There's never been independent, verifiable replication of the SEG under controlled, peer-reviewed conditions. That's the gold standard in science.
Yeah.
Without reproducible evidence, it stays in the realm of speculation, maybe pseudoscience, not accepted fact.
Right, science needs that repeatability.
Absolutely. Intriguing ideas are great, but they need rigorous, verifiable proof to become science.
Okay, so creating energy from nothing seems firmly off the table, according to physics. But you mentioned something interesting earlier, how chasing this impossible dream sometimes leads to real progress elsewhere.
Yes. It's like the curiosity gets redirected. While the scientific community isn't trying to break the laws of physics, they are intensely focused on something related but achievable.
Which is?
Maximizing how efficiently we capture and convert energy that already exists, that's the real frontier. How do we get better at harnessing the immense energy all around us?
Like the sun, wind, geothermal.
Precisely. The sun bombards us with energy constantly. Wind is everywhere. The Earth's core is incredibly hot. The focus is on developing smarter, more efficient ways to tap into these vast existing resources. That's where the real free energy and sense of abundant, readily available might actually come from.
And we are seeing huge strides there, aren't we? It's not just theory.
Not at all. Look at solar panels. They're getting so much more efficient. Things like perovskite cells promise higher efficiency, lower costs, even working better in low light.
I've heard of bifacial panels too, capturing light from both sides.
Exactly. Squeezing out more power from the same footprint. And wind turbines, they're getting enormous, especially offshore where winds are stronger. Plus, smarter designs, better materials, using AI to predict wind patterns and adjust. It all adds up.
And geothermal, is that advancing too?
Yeah, enhanced geothermal systems are allowing us to tap into heat deeper down or in places we couldn't before. It's becoming much more versatile. And don't forget energy storage. That's a massive piece of the puzzle.
Batteries, right, for when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing.
Absolutely. Battery tech is exploding. Lithium-ion keeps improving. Solid-state batteries are on the horizon. Being able to store renewable energy effectively is a game changer for grid stability.
And making the grid itself smarter.
That too. Smart grids use digital tech to balance supply and demand in real time, reducing waste and improving reliability. These are the real breakthroughs pushing us towards energy abundance, all while working with physics.
So it's a shift in focus, less magic machine, more clever harvesting. Looking ahead then, based on the sources, what's the most promising sort of next big thing that is grounded in real science?
Well, if you're looking for something with potentially transformative energy output based on known physics, the big one people talk about is fusion power.
Ah, fusion. Like a star in a box?
Sort of, yeah. It's the process that powers the sun. Now, it's incredibly difficult engineering. You need immense heat and pressure to fuse atomic nuclei.
Hotter than the sun, I heard.
That's right. Containing that plasma is a huge challenge. And you need an initial energy input to get it started, so it's not free in that sense.
But the output could be massive.
Potentially enormous, yes. From very small amounts of fuel, like isotopes of hydrogen you can get from seawater, And crucially, without the long-lived radioactive waste of current nuclear fission reactors.
And we're actually making progress there. I remember hearing about breakthroughs.
We are. Recent experiments, like achieving net energy gain, where more energy came out of the fusion reaction than was put in to sustain it, even if just for moments, are monumental steps. It shows the physics works.
So that's grounded in real science, unlike the over-unity stuff.
Absolutely. It's backed by decades of research, massive international collaboration, huge investment. It's working with EMC Frost, not trying to break conservation laws. It's a long road, but it represents a scientifically plausible path to potentially revolutionary energy.
Okay, that makes sense. Science, history, real tech. We've covered a lot. But it brings us back to that core question. If the science is so clear against free energy from nothing, why does the idea hang on so strongly? What's the appeal?
That's really getting into the human side of it, isn't it? I think part of it is just that deep desire for simple fixes to huge problems.
Like waving a magic wand at the energy crisis or climate change?
Kind of, yeah. The complexity of global energy systems, the economics, the environmental impact, it's overwhelming. The idea of a simple device solving it all is just incredibly attractive. Which we're thinking, perhaps?
And maybe a desire for control, independence.
Definitely. Getting off the grid, escaping reliance on big energy companies, avoiding fluctuating fuel prices, that speaks to a powerful desire for self-sufficiency.
Right.
Plus, there's this narrative, this almost mythic story, of the lone genius inventor.
The underdog fighting the system.
Exactly. The brilliant outsider who figures out what the establishment missed, or maybe what they're suppressing. It appeals to individualism, maybe a bit of conspiracy thinking sometimes, a skepticism towards authority.
So it becomes more than just energy. It's about challenging power structure.
I think so, yeah. It can be a form of protest, a statement against perceived limitations, whether scientific or societal. In a world with so much uncertainty, climate, economy, the dream of free energy offers this powerful, if maybe illusory, beacon of hope, a belief that a radical solution is out there waiting to be found.
So it's a mix of things. Simplicity, independence, the romance of the inventor, maybe even a bit of rebellion and hope.
It's complex, yeah. It taps into some very fundamental human drives and anxieties. It really holds up a mirror to us, even if the physics doesn't hold up.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. It really is a bigger conversation about us, isn't it? About technology, power, what we hope for. We've definitely gone deep on the science and the appeal today. And now we're curious about your take. Do you agree with our summary here? Why do you think this dream persists? Or do you see the science differently? Let us know. Drop a comment. So just to quickly wrap up what we found in this deep dive. Creating energy from absolutely nothing. The laws of physics, as we know them, seem to put up a pretty firm stop sign. It looks like an elusive dream for now.
Right.
But that very passion, that chase, it sparked incredible, real innovation. We're getting much better at harnessing the energy that's already here. Sun, wind, heat from the earth. That's where the real progress is happening.
So the quest for better energy, whether it's chasing the impossible or optimizing the possible, it's this ongoing journey, isn't it?
It really is. And, you know, this whole deep dive, it makes you wonder.
What does this persistent fascination with free energy, even against the scientific odds, really tell us about ourselves? About that human urge to push past limits, even the most fundamental ones?
That is something to think about. A desire to overcome anything, maybe. A powerful thought indeed. Hey, as we finish up, we always love to know where everyone's listening from. It's amazing to see how far these conversations reach. So drop a comment and tell us your location. Let's see the global reach of these deep dives.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
And remember, for more deep dives exploring fascinating ideas like this one, make sure to check out Mind Expansion Daily. We're here to help you unpack what matters most, one interesting topic at a time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.